Hey everyone, welcome to Michelle Joanne Live. I'd just like to start by apologizing for the quality of the photo and possibly the sound. Um, as I may have mentioned in one of my last videos, I did in fact sell my condo, and we have been staying in our trailer at a trailer resort until the end of this weekend while we do our house shopping. But anyways, I wanted to make sure I did this video before I have to pack up our trailer this weekend and might not have the same access to my items such as my digital photo frame. So I did do a previous video about the there we go. The Aurora Mason Digital Wi-Fi Frame. So this review is more about the Aurora Carver Frame, which I did mention in the previous video I was actually shopping for. However, when I purchased the other one for my dad and my stepmother, last Christmas, there was a shortage of them available. So I bought the Mason one while I could from Best Buy. However, this time I managed to get the Carver one um, online, and it was a birthday gift to me this past September. Anyhow, so I have the Carver frame here. Sorry, the lighting is awful. There we go. That's better. Here, let's block the window. Unfortunately, this was the best spot in the trailer I had next to an outlet, so that I could have the frame running. So that is why the film quality is unfortunately so bad. Anyhow, so the Mason one feature I mentioned about it that might be something that you guys either like or don't like, and it's something that I didn't want in the Mason one, but wanted in this one, is the Mason one you can stand your frame landscape or in portrait mode. With that being said, if you choose to have it in landscape, then you have to go into the app and adjust the photos that are portrait to be able to display properly in landscape mode. And I'm personally not someone who's going to go and flip my digital frame around when viewing photos. I just want to set it and forget it and enjoy it. So this one, the Carver one, which again might be something that you don't like or you do like, is the back of it. It can only sit in landscape mode. It cannot go into portrait mode because it won't be able to stand up. So with it being said, only in landscape mode, you can see here, if a portrait photo comes up, it will display two random portrait photos side by side at one time. So I don't have to fiddle with the photos at all in the app. It just does it themselves. And now it's on to a landscape one, and it will just keep going. So that's something I really like about this one as opposed to the Mason. And that's why I mentioned the Mason in this video, even though it's a review for the Carver. You can see as well the frame is a little bit different. The Mason one, it has lines that go along the edge, so it has a different texture to it. And the Mason one has a sparkle to the frame, whereas this one, they call it a chalk finish. It's just a smooth white with a little bit of a lip here. You can also get it in black and also a limited edition version of a black frame and a white mat. The cord on it, it is covered in fabric, so it's pretty durable. There we go. Um, okay. So it's not gonna crack or anything like our iPhone cords are known for doing. Um, so also up here, you can see I touched the screen by accident. There's a little bar at the top. You can slide. Oh, sorry. Uh, oops, sorry. Uh, okay. All right. So you can slide the photos. If you're showing someone something, you can use that bar at the top and slide. Or if you miss something, you can slide back and forth. Or as you saw, you can, um, oops. Okay, so you can also tap and then it'll say close, remove, or off. So there are different options on the frame as well itself. They honestly don't get used a whole lot, but those options are there. One reason I was really excited about receiving my own frame as opposed to the one I gave as the gift for my dad is because we just had our first baby. And my dad and my stepmom, they said their favorite thing about it is when the grandkids come over, they absolutely love seeing photos of themselves. And it's constantly changing. So you don't have to pull out the old dusty photo album and have this whole big sit down. It's just right there. So something pops up, they can be like, "Hey, who is that?" And you can give a little lesson about, "Oh, that's, mommy's grandma or daddy's uh, grandma," or you can teach them a little bit about your family history that we might not be able to now with aging families. Anyhow, there's our little one. Um, and I also really love the box that it comes in. It's a very simple, beautiful box. It's nice enough that you could literally just put a bow on it and give it as a gift. This is obviously not an unboxing video because I already have it, but um, what we did for my dad's frame is we preloaded it with all the photos so that when they opened it up, it was ready to go. So, get it open. There we go. Okay. So, very simple. It just sits right in there. So, when they open it up, it's going to look very nice. Just like I said, with a simple bow on the box, if you don't feel like wrapping it, and there your welcome message will display on it. So I put a welcome message on the one for my dad that said "Merry Christmas" with a like Christmas tree in the background and said "Love, Michelle and Mike" on it. So anyhow, now it's super easy to set up. The instructions are right on the back, and it also explains what to do if it's a gift. So it explains to you right here as a gift, there's a QR code. So you just pull this back a little bit, scan the QR code, and then it allows you to load the photos onto the frame without having to open the actual box of the frame. So that you're not disrupting the gift. So that was really nice because then Christmas morning they just plug and play and it's ready to go. In terms of setting up, it's super easy. You just download the Aurora app. So on your device, so I have iPhone. So you see right here, that's your app. You go in there, and then you would just go in and tell it to add a frame. So when I click this here, these little lines, the menu, then it tells me the frames. So I can switch in between my parents' frame or our frame. So I can load photos on either frame. So, for example, my stepmom has a daughter in Australia, and they have two children. So they're always uploading photos to my parents' frame so that they can see the photos of the grandkids in Australia. All right. So, and when you're adding a new frame, it's super, super easy. As you can see here, it pops up. It gives you a code to in to input onto the app, and then you basically invite friends and start loading photos. Now, as mentioned, um, as mentioned, we are staying in our trailer for the season. And as you can see, it is loading, it is working, and it is a Wi-Fi frame. So our Wi-Fi is currently being shared with our neighbor's trailer, and it's not by any means good Wi-Fi. So we have a booster to use our Wi-Fi, and it is very slow for me to add the photos on the app. But if I go into town or something, I'll load the photos on the app while I'm in the car, and then they're there when I get home. But in terms of it scrolling through the photos and stuff, it hasn't been an issue whatsoever. It just, if the internet's down, it shuts off. But so even with poor internet connection, it does function, which is something I didn't mention in my other video for the Mason because I didn't have poor internet. Anyhow, also in the uh, other video, I mentioned that originally I was looking at other frames such as the Next Play and the Skylight. So I wanted to make sure I went with a frame that is reputable for making digital frames. I did not want to go with somebody who just makes random products out of China. I wanted to know it was a company that specializes in these products and no name things. So Next Play, I originally really wanted the Next Play frame, but as I dug deeper, I found out that sorry, the lighting's bad. So block the light. I found out that with Nixplay, you can only load so many photos onto the app in their basically like iCloud storage space before they will say, okay, your space is full. And then after that, you need to pay for a subscription to be able to have more space. So, yes, they do have nice frames and everything, but I know when it comes to someone like my dad and my stepmom, they're not going to at all limit the number of photos that they do. And they also have no interest in paying a subscription fee, especially for a gift that they didn't choose. So when I found out this one does not have that, I automatically said, okay, well, that's the one I want. And it's definitely a good thing because one issue I had with my stepmom is she started loading she started loading her photos into her Aurora app, and being someone who is late 60s, started to think, okay, I have to add all my photos in here. But then was nervous that if she deleted a photo from the Frame app, that it would delete the photo from her actual photo library, which is not the case. Okay, it just deletes it from showing on this frame. So that's something, if you're giving it to somebody who's older, you want to make sure is clear, because she had some very bizarre photos that she was putting on her frame, that you don't necessarily need on there. And then she was worried about how to delete it. So just making it clear to family members that, maybe just select the photos that you want to show to, that you would frame and put on your wall, just like a old school going and getting your photos printed. Just pick the best ones and frame them, is the way I see it. Anyhow, so that's basically all there is to say about the photo frame. If you have any other questions about it, I'd be happy to answer them. In case I've missed something, I'm not sure. I do apologize for the delay in in videos. I did say that I was going to having more videos posted. However, then this summer has been an absolute um, whirlwind. I We sold my condo and we came to the trailer. And 3 weeks ago, we had our first baby, and my stepmom has been here helping me for. She was here for 2 weeks, helping me with the new baby, which is great, but it makes doing these types of things a little bit more difficult. And we are staying with family members for the time being. So we will see how that goes. But it means I might end up not having very many videos to share, unfortunately, because I will not have my own space. Anyhow, like, if you have any other questions about the frame, please let me know. Or if you have any other suggestions about videos you would like to see me do, feel free to comment below. Thank you and take care.